Hello guys, welcome to another video. So guys, today actually I just want to make my regular recipe indomie with you guys. I just want to share it with you guys, and it's quite easy to make. So you use whatever vegetable you actually have. It's not compulsory you use the vegetable I'm using, and you can equally also add more vegetable to it. So what I'm just doing here is just that I'm just trying to remove the noodle from the pack, and at the same time trying to pour in hot water. So this indomie, you don't need to boil it first. There are 101 methods to cook indomie, but I think this is the one that actually fits me more. Though I have other methods, but I love cooking this one more because when I'm eating it, I don't get tired easily when eating it. And these noodles, I got 3 for £1 in one of the African shop here in Leicester. So if you're in Leicester, you can check them out. Yep. So I will leave it for like about 5 minutes, and I'll go ahead and sieve it from the hot water. So that way it's more like a pre-cook, but it wasn't really cooked on the fire. It's just the hot water that I used to heat it up. So I'm just trying to sieve it now, and I'll allow it to settle. Not really cold in terms of settled, but just allow the water to come out completely, and I will go straight to the frying pan. So yeah, I just heat up my oil, and I'll add salt to it. And guys, see, you know there is a vegetable oil that actually come with it, but I prefer to add this oil. Later I will add that vegetable oil. So yeah, these are my chopped vegetable. I'll just add the onions and the pepper, and also other protein that I'm using. So guys, you can equally use any other protein. Yeah, I'm just using smoked pork. I smoked this pork myself, and chicken frank that I bought from Lidl. So I just chopped them into smaller pieces. And so I really love these noodles. Whenever I'm making this noodle, I always want it to be very, very hot, because you know, if it's not hot in terms of pepperish, I really don't enjoy it much. So I add as much pepper as I can add to it, so that I will enjoy it as much as I really want. So right after adding all those things, you really want to add the seasoning to it. You know, as at this point the noodles is still not in the pot, but you will need to season your spice very well, so that every bite of the noodles you will enjoy it. So I'll just season it and allow it to cook for a bit. So right here I've not added some of my vegetable, though those are the ones that are very soft vegetables. So I will allow these ones first of all to cook very well before going ahead to add the other vegetables. So you just want to really stir it together, stir it very well, so that every of the ingredient will incorporate into it. So guys, as at this point, if you have a boiled egg, or maybe depend on whatever you want, you can equally stay at it at this point. So now I'm adding the initial oil that comes with these noodles, because this noodle is a chicken indomie, is chicken flavor. So chicken flavor actually come with its own oil to prepare, more like an onion. Sorry, I mean chicken. This is actually an onion indomie, so it has the onion oil flavor that comes with it. So that's what I'm just adding. So yeah, so the reason why I'm adding it, because it has its own flavor that comes with the noodles. So by the time you mix it up, though I'm still going to add my own smoke dry onion to it, so which will equally give a similar flavor to this, but is also necessary you add the initial flavor that comes with it if you really want to enjoy it. So yeah, you just need to mix that initial oil you add to it, the onion flavor oil you add to it, and ensure so this is my own dry onion. And also I'm adding soya sauce. I add soya sauce to it. You know me, I love soya sauce a lot, especially for my stir fry. So I'm just adding the noodles now. So if you look at it, the noodle is not too cooked, but at the same time it's not uncooked. So yeah, after you after mixing it, you need to really mix it at this point properly, because most of the ingredients is already on the vegetable, so you have to incorporate it into it, so that by the time you are eating it, you are enjoying every bit of the noodles, and at the same time with the spice alongside with the seasoning. So you need to really stir it very well. Stirring here is very important. That's why this type of spoon I'm using is very good. So you can add stock. I'm just adding stock sauce here to it, just to give in more flavor. So you can decide to add regular water if you don't have meat stock. It's not necessary you add meat stock, but you can decide to add water. So now I'm adding the balance of the seasoning, because now as at this point I've tasted it, my stock will come with its own flavor and salt and all that, and seasoning. So that's why I waited to add that stock first before adding the seasoning, so that it won't be too spicy in terms of sweets or something, because I don't like my food really too spicy. So what actually happened here, there is another thing. So I actually, because of the stock and every other thing I've added, so I only used 2 of the noodle seasoning to make the meal, instead of using the entire tray, which would be too spicy for me. Or if that's what you really want, if you are into sauce, you can equally use the 3 spice. But for me, or probably if you are using water, even though I use water, definitely I will still use 2, because actually I really don't like too much of that seasoning in my noodles. So it all depends on how you really want it. Yeah, so yeah, it's important to mix it together, guys. I can't really overemphasize it. That's why you need to get this type of spoon, because with this, once you lift the noodles, automatically it mix up with the vegetables. So you can see how easy it is for me to actually mix it up. But if you don't, you can equally, another method you can use 2 fork to pick it up and mix it together. That's another method people use, but for me, I think this is the much easier way. So at this point, I will just try and cover it to allow it to cook for a few minutes, because I really want the whole seasoning and everything to mix up together with the noodles. So at this point, covering is actually the best thing. Some people will just leave it, decide to open it like this. It's still okay if you want to leave it like this, not close it. But the best thing I will advise you to do is to cover it and allow it to steam for at least 5 to 10 minutes. So it all depends on how you want it. So after it's steamed, now you can decide to add, probably you still stir it first of all, so that it doesn't get burnt. So it all depends. So, and also at this point too, it's important to equally reduce the heat, where the heat of the wherever you are cooking it on, and allow it to steam cook very well. And you can add the balance with, I'm just adding vegetable and carrots to it. So actually you can still, at this point, you can add your bell pepper if you have your bell pepper. If you have this point I won't advise you to add spring onion, because spring onion is still going to cook for a while. Carrot is also hard, but I will advise you add, if you have bell pepper, you have your either green or yellow, any type of the bell pepper you have, just for colorfulness and all that, you can just go ahead and make sure you mix it very well also, because if you don't mix it very well with the carrot, if you don't mix the carrot and the noodles, the carrot will be tasteless. I don't know if you have eaten something like that. That's the reason why it's important for you to stir it very well, because if you don't stir it, the carrot will just be there. The carrot will actually cook, but at the end of the day, the carrot will not be tasty. So when you're eating a tasteless carrot, how it looks like. But if you can stir it very well, you just need to be patient and stir it very well for everything to incorporate together and have good flavor. And then you cover it and wait for a while, guys. So this covering aspect here is very important, because you allow it to properly cook. And when the thing there is that definitely you can eat carrot raw if you want, but for me, I prefer, if I'm cooking, if I prefer everything to be cooked at the same level, but if you did not cover it properly, I observe that some part of it will be cooked, some part will not be cooked, which actually I don't like. Not just because of you, probably you have a visitor or probably someone else is eating the food with you. It gives this kind of weird or probably unsatisfied meal. That's the way I see it as a person, but I will you can do whatever you actually want, but me, I am in the school of thought that you cover it maybe 5 to 7 minutes and everything is well cooked. Max 5 minutes is okay, but just for 2 minutes sake, you can just allow it to cook for 2 more minutes and we are good to go. So on these days, actually, I was in a hurry. I just needed to wing it because I wanted to eat something different from what I've been eating for days, and I've been eating the regular meal, rice, beans, and all that. I just wanted noodles. So that was the reason why I actually opt for this noodle, and I just felt, okay, let me just make a separate video for it so that you people will have in more details on how I make it. And also, if you are in Nigeria, or probably if you eat street food in Nigeria, you know what they call aboki, or this aboki that makes Indomie. I'm not talking about those dirty aboki, like if you go to some area where you have all these clean guys that cooks on the streets, or maybe all these mini restaurant and all that. This is one of the method they use in cooking noodles. Most of them actually use egg. They don't use other protein, but you can equally use egg if you want. So that's the reason why I just said show you guys this method. Subscribe, like, share, and all the good stuff. See you on the next one.